Hello, I'm doing a book review, and the book I want to review is The Best Little Girl in the World by Steven Levenkron. I hope I'm saying his last name right. If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, The Best Little Girl in the World was published in 1978, and in the early 80s, this was made into a made-for-TV movie, which you could actually watch the whole movie on YouTube. It's, like, uploaded in parts on YouTube, and I haven't watched the movie yet, but from what I've looked up on the movie does appear to be quite different from the book. Now, the plot of The Best Little Girl in the World is it's about this teenage girl named Francesca who has anorexia. Like, in the book, she's a ballet student, and in the beginning of the book, she's a perfectly healthy teenage girl, but she doesn't see herself as that. In her mind, she sees herself as almost like this fat, disgusting slob when she really isn't, and she starts to diet. She starts to lose weight, and she continues to lose weight, and things start getting really, really bad, and it gets to a point where she has to be hospitalized, and a lot of the book focuses on her family trying to deal with what she's doing to herself. But in the book, you also realize that her family is kind of dysfunctional, and you realize that it's really a lot of the problems within her family that's really causing her to do a lot of the things that she's doing. And in this book, you really do get inside this main character's head, and you see why she feels like she has to be doing this to herself, and in the book, she's kind of taken on almost a completely different personality. Like, in the book, she calls herself Kessa instead of her real name, and she's literally trying to mold herself into something that she's not, and the book is actually quite disturbing when you read about, like, some of the stuff that she's doing to herself and the stuff she's doing to lose weight, and you see just how skinny she's actually getting, and it's actually kind of hard to sit through. Now, I thought The Best Little Girl in the World was a very, very good book, and I would definitely recommend this, and one thing I really loved about this book is really just how it's showing you how what she's doing to herself is affecting her family, and as well as the doctors who are trying to help her, and the book doesn't just focus on, like, the book isn't just told from her point of view, but it's also told from the point of view of her parents, of her sister, of this one particular doctor who's trying to help her, and, you know, I really liked how it really focuses on a lot of these different characters, and you see how what she's doing to herself is affecting all these other different characters. And now, if I were to have a complaint about this book, it's not really a complaint that I would have, but I could see why some people might find this book to be just like a PSA on the subject of anorexia, only in book form, and the guy who wrote this book has written non-fiction books on the subject of anorexia. Now, I don't know how accurate this is to the actual disease, and granted, this book was written back in 1978, and I think now doctors know a lot more about anorexia than they did when this book was written, so I really don't know how accurate this book is to the actual disease and what actual anorexics go through, but I thought it was a really good book, and I would definitely recommend it. Now, the author of this book also wrote a book called Kessa years after this, and I'm guessing that book is a sequel to this book, but I'm not sure though. But yeah, that's my review on The Best Little Girl in the World by Steven Levenkron. Once again, I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, and if I'm not, definitely correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, bye.